Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing, Monday, June 9th. Looking at the impact map, we do have scattered, isolated showers across central portions of the region. Also, some isolated buildups and maybe a stray shower up in the mountains of Idaho. That'll become a little more prevalent on Tuesday and especially into Wednesday when a stronger front moves in and can bring several hours of precipitation to the northern mountains. Otherwise, hotter, drier conditions further south of that rain band. Now, looking at precipitation the past 24 hours, again, some very light amounts. A lot of this is a little overestimated. I'd probably pay more attention to that darker blue color where a couple of hundredths to maybe a tenth or a quarter of an inch might have fallen in some isolated thunderstorms. You can see the lightning associated with those storms down below. And looking at our Great Basin fire activity map for today, a lot of new starts, some of that induced with the lightning. Things are picking up. Did have some recent large fires down in the southwest tip of the Payette and also to the west of the Great Salt Lake. So it is starting to get that time of year, but still right now we are at PL1. Precipitation the past 7 days, it's been quite dry across northern and even some central areas. Most of the precipitation confined to the south. You can see the percent of normal through here, bone dry to the north. Much wetter than normal, maybe up to 400% of normal rainfall in southern areas during the past 7 days. And that's taken a toll on the ERCs, which were very dry just about 7 to 10 days ago. They've gone into the green, but you can see where we are drying out with the yellows and oranges. And even up here up in the Salmon Chalice, a lot of the ERCs have slowly but steadily dried out towards the 80th percentile to keep an eye on that area, but there is precipitation expected by midweek. The longer-term drought, though, continues to show extreme drought across southern areas and severe drought creeping up into central areas, also watching an area of moderate and growing drought across parts of eastern Idaho into western Wyoming. That's expected to continue through the summer. 100-hour fuels area is in the gold or in the upper single digits. That could support fire if the live fuel moisture is lined up, and that's still trying to catch up in a lot of areas. The upper level map for today, big ridge of high pressure. Under that dome of high pressure, though, some trapped moisture, isolated storms. We see the pockets of green dots through there, but very light winds overall under that high pressure area. You can see 7-day shows the areas that had received quite a bit of rain the past week in the green. Winds fairly light. The humidity, though, drying out into the mid-single digits down south, mid-teens northern areas. Winds pretty much not a factor under the high. High breaks down or weakens a little bit on Tuesday in response to a couple of disturbances off the Pacific Northwest coast. I see one of them in southern Oregon at the time, and other pockets of showers that we still have in parts of Nevada, but otherwise no big changes to the 7-day. Winds may be picking up a little bit off the Sierra front and in southern Nevada, otherwise light winds. Same story in the humidity, quite dry, single digits down south, teens to the north. And then on Wednesday, one of those disturbances comes rolling out of Oregon into the mountains of central Idaho. Some showers. There probably will be lightning, but the humidity should be steadily climbing through the day. You can see we've put areas back in the green through there. We are expecting a wetting rain, at least a tenth to a quarter inch in a lot of areas in the higher terrain there. You can see the humidity up there, instead of being in the teens, it's somewhere between 24 and 39%. There'll be increasing winds, though, with that system and actually behind the showers. So I'll have to watch that in case we get any lightning, and also winds picking up, not critical, but gusts into the mid-20s in southern areas as well with the low humidity. 3-day precipitation totals, you see those through here, scattered amounts in Utah and Nevada, and that steadier burst, green and darker green, is a tenth to a quarter inch of precipitation. Things start to dry out on Thursday. We do start to see increasingly breezy conditions. Another front pushing to the north. And then again, windy and drier. High pressure building across the country's midsection, so heating up across the eastern areas of the Great Basin, drying out and increasing winds. We'll have to watch this off the Sierra front as we go into the weekend with those strong winds. There'll be a frontal system passing through Idaho on Sunday, maybe some showers to the far north, otherwise continued breezy and dry for most areas. 7-day precipitation totals shown here. 8 to 14-day, above normal temperatures, below normal precipitation expected for most areas. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day. We'll be doing these now Monday through Friday.